done this? Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandavat Pranam. We'll first of all offer our obeisances to all the devotees and our beloved Lord Jagannath Baldev Subhadramaya and Sisintai Gaurachandraji, Vaman Devji, Lakshmi Narasimha Devji. And we'll start with our prayers. Om Adnyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are discussing on the second chapter, contents of the Gita summarized, Sankhya. We are on the 30, we completed first 30 verses. Today we are discussing about the 31st verse, 31. So we'll recite the verse first and then we'll see the explanation. Swadharmam api chaveksha na vikampitum arhasi dharmadi yuddha shreyo shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. So the translation: considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, and so there is no need for hesitation. So in this shloka, Krishna is explaining Arjuna. See, previously, first 30 shloka are related to Krishna. Arjuna puts his problems in front that I don't want to fight. First 10 verses. Then from the 11th verse, Krishna tries to refute the arguments by Arjuna from 11th verse. He tells, no, ashochanaiva shochatsvam pradnyavadansha bhashase. So in that flow, till 30th verse, he is refuting Arjuna's first argument. And that was how Arjuna is telling, like, how I can kill my own relatives. It is not possible for me to kill my own relatives. So Krishna nicely, with logic, he explains, no, you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. We are not this body, we are spirit soul. And then from 2.11 to 2.30 in this 20 shlokas, Krishna nicely explains. He gives analogy, like he gives the things like in the shloka 2.13, dehi nosmini yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara prapti dhiras tatra namuyati then vansansi jirinani. So in all this shloka, Krishna is giving, he is refuting that Arjuna's first argument that yes, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. So you can stop sharing. So we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Krishna is refuting its argument. And then Krishna is telling, yes, now Arjuna was giving many arguments. And that second argument, Krishna will try, second and third argument, Krishna tries to refute now. Second argument Arjuna was giving, that if I kill all of them, then whom I will enjoy? I will not able to enjoy anyone. No one will be there to enjoy the kingdom. So what is the use of fighting? Like that Arjuna was telling. And third argument he was giving, that if I kill all of them, then sins will overcome me. And this argument of Arjuna, Krishna is trying to refute in this shloka. And fourth argument was that will come later, that if I kill all of them, then there will be unwanted progeny. Lots of unwanted progeny will be there, and which will be the harm to society, like that Arjuna was telling. So we'll see one by one how the Krishna is refuting its argument. So third argument, which is refuted by Krishna, we'll see today. We'll read the purport also. I'm sharing the purport. Yeah. Swadharmam chaveksha na vikampitum arhasi dharmadhi yutta shreyonya kshatriyasya na vidyate. In the purport, His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is giving so elaborate discussion based on the four Varnashrama Paddhati and what is the Dharma according to its Varna. So Krishna also tells that Chatur Varna Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So in the Bhagavad Gita only. So these Varnas are based on Guna and Karma, not based on the birth. It is not based on the birth. Nowadays, people are telling, oh, Brahmana means he is born in Brahmana family. But it is not. By Krishna, when Krishna is setting any procedure or setting any system, it is a perfect system because Krishna is a perfect. We know that. So we will read the purport first and then we'll discuss more. Purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Out of the four orders of social administration, the second order for the matter of good administration is called Kshatriya. Kshat means hurt. One who gives protection from harm is called Kshatriya. Trayate means to give protection. The Kshatriyas are trained for killing in the forest. A Kshatriya would go into the forest and challenge a tiger face to face and fight with the tiger with his sword. When the tiger was killed, it would be offered the royal order of cremation. This system has been followed even up to the present day by the Kshatriya kings of Jaipur state. The Kshatriyas are specially trained for challenging and killing because religious violence is sometimes a necessary factor. Therefore, Kshatriyas are never meant for accepting directly the order of sannyas or renunciation. Non-violence in politics may be a diplomacy, but it is never a factor or principle. In the religious law books, it is stated, Adveshu mitonya. So these shlokas are mentioned, and in the battlefield, the translation we'll see, in the battlefield, a king or kshatriya, while fighting another king envious of him, is eligible for achieving heavenly planets after death, as the Brahmanas also attain the heavenly planets by sacrificing animals in the sacrificial fire. Therefore, killing on the battlefield on religious principles and killing animals in the sacrificial fire are not at all considered to be acts of violence because everyone is benefited by the religious principles involved. The animal sacrificed get a human life immediately without undergoing the gradual evolutionary process from one form to another. And the Kshatriyas killed on the battlefield also attain the heavenly planets as do the Brahmanas who attain them by offering sacrifice. So here Krishna is telling about the duties of Kshatriya and he is explaining Arjuna, yes, it is not the sin. You will not get sin because when whatever like a Kshatriya who fights on the battlefield and Brahmanas who give the by sacrificing the animals in the sacrificial fire gives the new body, new human form to that animal, they are not considered as sin. It is not a sin. It is religious principles. So violence is necessary like that also Arjuna, Krishna is telling here to Arjuna. And Kshatriya, the nature of Kshatriya is to fight for the right cause. And Krishna is giving here, yes, one who gives protection from harm is called Kshatriya. So Arjuna was not doing anything irreligious. He was doing religious activity. He was fighting for establishing a dharma. Krishna was having that highest principle or highest how to establish a dharma. Krishna came for that. So Kshatriya is like protecting the dharma. So Kshatriya is needed. So therefore in the Shastra it is mentioned Kshatriyas are never meant for accepting directly the order of sannyas or renunciation. Then Prabhupada is telling there are two kinds of swadharma. Now how we can apply this in our life? Like how this swadharma means what is our dharma as a human form in the human form of life. So we'll read this. There are two kinds of swadharma, specific duties. As long as one is not liberated, one has to perform the duties of his particular body in accordance with the religious principles in order to achieve liberation. When one is liberated, one's swadharma, specific duty, becomes spiritual and is not in the material bodily concept. So Krishna is telling, like, yes, we also have our dharma. When totally a spiritual person, a person who is totally a liberated stage, he can be a totally spiritual. But in the stage where we are now, as currently, we are bounded by the material surroundings, and we have the responsibilities, social responsibilities, family responsibilities, then our professional responsibilities. So while performing those material responsibilities, how we can be spiritual, that Prabhupada is explaining here. In the bodily conception of life, there are specific duties for the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas respectively, and such duties are unavoidable. Swadharma is ordained by the Lord, so we should not give up the Swadharma. Those who tell, oh, you are in so early life, you are following spirituality, no need, no need. Spirituality is a subject matter who can follow in the latter life. No, it is not like that. We are following spirituality means it is not we are giving up everything. We are following spirituality means we are adding Krishna to everything. So we should understand this. This is a very important point, that we are adding Krishna in our life, every point, every activity, we are adding Krishna, because when Krishna is there, it is perfect. And when Krishna is there, we will not do mistakes. We will avoid doing mistake. We will be very loyal to everyone. And we will be like genuine human beings. So Swadharma is ordained by the Lord, and this will be clarified in the 14th chapter. On the bodily plane, Swadharma is called Varnashram Dharma, or man's stepping stone for spiritual understanding. Human civilization begins from the stage of Varnashram Dharma, or specific duties in terms of specific modes of nature of the body obtained. Discharging one specific duty in any field of action in accordance with the orders of higher authorities serves to elevate one to a higher status of life. So when we perform our own duties, then we will go to the higher process in our higher level in our life. So to increase or what you can say, like to progress in spiritual life, we have to perform our own duties. What are our own duties? Like we should not give up our duties. Like people say now, if someone comes in ISKCON, then they will join full time as they will be brahmachari. No, it is not like that. Every time it is like it's it's our own desire and own ambition, and it is like when we perform spiritual activities, it is to protect our human form of life. This is the importance given to human form of life, and only in the human form of life we can attain the spiritual practice. We can do the spiritual practice and attain the back. We can go back to Godhead, attain the palace of Lord. So here we can understand what is our Swadharma. Our Swadharma is to every day practice spiritual life, because human form of life is very important, and for that human form of life, what we will give, uh, like as important it is, the process of devotional service is that much important. So important in that process of devotional service, there is most important thing is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So what is this chanting? This chanting is like we are controlling our mind, because mind is the main root cause. We are because it is ignorant, we are not having knowledge. So when we attend such sessions, we will get the knowledge how we can control our mind, how we can follow our dharma, what is our real dharma, that we can understand. And when we follow our real dharma, we will be perfect and we will go towards the perfection. Now perfection means we will love Krishna, we will experience Krishna in our life. So what is this chanting process? Chanting process means it is not any time we can chant. We should specify every day. We should give some time for the chanting. So it is a process, and it is a process where we clean the heart. So when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In that process, we clean the heart. Our heart is so dirty. It is from many births. Dirt is accumulated like anything. So it is like a covered room from so many years, so many lives. Our heart is accumulated with a dust and big layer of dust. So to remove that, it will take time. And when we chant daily, regularly, in a specific period, in the Brahma Murta time, then we will get that strength to remove that dust from our heart. So chanting is the best process for the Kali Yuga. Even in the Kali Santaran Upanishad, it is mentioned Harir Nama eva kevalam kalau nasteva gatir annita. 3 times it is mentioned. Yes, without Harinam there is no other way. So Harinam and Harinam is the only solution in this material world. So how much we are, even Prabhupada is telling that 99% of our advancement in spiritual life, it depends on the chanting. So how we chant, it depends on the previous day activity, how we are in the previous day. So our consciousness reflects in chanting. So when we chant so eagerly, when we chant so attentively, then our consciousness will be very good, and we will able to, because in this material world so many difficulties, so many obstacles will come, and it is surely coming every day we are experiencing. So to fight those obstacles, we need a strong process. So that chanting is a very strong process, and when we chant, we get the confidence. Yes, Krishna is there with me, and Krishna will never leave me. Yes, Krishna is that kind. Krishna, Lord Rama says, like anyone tells once that yes, I am yours, then I will give myself to him. So when we pray to Krishna, yes, Krishna, I'm yours. I'm ready to give my life to you. This human form of life is for yours. For satisfying your not my senses, for satisfying your senses, and to give pleasure to Krishna, to give pleasure to the devotees. So we can pray to the Lord. Yes, we want to progress in spiritual life, progress, advance in spiritual life, and we will surely practice daily. We will hear the sessions, Bhagavad Gita, we will apply in our life, and we follow the process of chanting. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.